Hey y'all, Miss Brown here, your favorite 8th grade science teacher. Okay, so let me walk you through what we are doing today, Monday, October 9th. And my mask is a little wet, y'all, because I ate lunch and I had just washed my hands and I forgot that I had Cholula. I had Cholula on my finger and I went to lick it off and I touched my mask with Cholula. You know it's bad when you don't even realize you have your mask on anymore. So 13, because we are in week 13. So we're in our 13th module. Hope that music's not too loud for y'all. Okay. So this first one, 3.2 backpack, background sheet. Whenever I put backpacks, y'all remember that's something that you should be saving for later. So this 3.2 background sheet means it's unit 3, topic 2. So we're starting chemical formulas. Our topic 1 was chemical reactions, physical chemical changes. So I want y'all to be on page 17. Let me go turn this down a little. Okay, thank you all for your patience. Okay, so be on page 17 and notice how it says topic 2, chemical formulas. So what I want y'all to do is to write the y'all, write the essential questions. There's 2 of them. What does the chemical formula indicate about the substance it represents? And what is a subscript and how does it indicate a chemical formula? So write those 2 there. This should say essential questions with an S. So you can write your first one here. And then the second one below. Then you are going to come up with at least 3 things you know, 2 ideas or 2 things you want to learn more about, and ask me at least 1 question. So I'm going to do a little quick explanation so you can use this as some of your know. So it says, with your class, discuss the essential questions and complete the KWQ. But I want to hop back. Because I want you to look at this first. So 3.2 background sheet. You are going to write down this chemical equation that comes across the top at the bottom of your sheet. So 2H2 plus O2, that arrow means yield, like a yield sign, 2H2O. So write this equation at the bottom of your worksheet. And I'm going to chat with you and we are going to talk about this. So this right here, let me see if I can write on this. Perfect. So right here, this 2 is called a coefficient. So I'm going to draw an arrow and I'm going to write coefficient. Y'all, this is the first time I've written on this. This is so cool. Coefficient. Now, this coefficient is going to be distributed amongst these little numbers, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So I'm going to circle these and put a little arrow to show you that they're distributed. Then we have these things right here, which I'm going to box, which are called subscripts. Sub means below, script means words. So they're below the words, like sub-zero is below 0, subterranean is below the land, submarine is below the water. So this is called a sub, S-U-B, script, S-C-R-I-P-T. So y'all should be writing this down, hopefully faster than me. Script. So the subscript tells you the number of atoms. Number of atoms, A-T-O-M-S. And remember, atoms are all the things we've been drawing for Unit 2. So all our Bohr diagrams, our Lewis dot structures, those are all atoms. Versus the coefficient tells you the number of molecules or sets. So remember, a molecule is more than one atom. So molecule. Molecule. M-O-L-E-C-U-L-E. And the molecule is also the number of sets. So how many groups you have. So I like to think of atoms as like grapes and molecules as like bunches of grapes, or atoms as eggs and molecules as the carton of eggs. And then this sign, like I said before, is a yield sign. So I'll do that in purple. Y-I-E-L-D. And that means makes. So think of it as like the equal sign in math class. Now I want to label two more things. This left side is called the reactants. And the way that I think about that, y'all, is they react to create the final thing. So reactants. Y'all, next time I think I'll have this written out before I hit play. This is so funny watching me do this. So this is the reactants, and that's on the left side. And then the right side is called the product. And the way that I think about this, y'all, is like the final product, the thing at the end. So you want the products to be on the right side because it's at the end of the equation. So it's like 2 + 2 = 4. The 4 is the final answer. So these are the products. Awesome. So let's chat about how many of each of these we see. So pointer. So ignore this 2 right here. How many hydrogen atoms are there? 2, because there's a subscript 2 and it belongs to the H. Much like a coefficient, an exponent in like math class, if I have x squared, this squared is called an exponent, but it's also called a superscript because super means above, so it's above the script, versus these are subscripts, they're below. So this exponent or superscript always goes to the number or the variable before, so same exact thing. So this 2 goes to this H. So I have 2 hydrogens, I have 2 oxygens, I have 2 hydrogens, and then this, y'all, this is like a what? So if there is no subscript, it is automatically a 1. Just like in math, if I have 2 + 2 = 4, I don't need to put 2 to the first power plus 2 to the first power = 4 to the first power, because anything to the first power is that number. So it's the same thing, y'all. If there's no subscript, it's automatically 1. It can't be 0, because if it was 0, it wouldn't exist and it wouldn't be there. This wet spot on this mask is driving me nuts. Okay, y'all. So now let's talk about this coefficient. So I'm going to erase all this jizz jazz. Make sure you take a screenshot of this if you want. And I'm going to erase it. So erasey, erasey, erasey. I wish I could make this bigger. Let me just get enough off so that I can talk about this. Okay. So now this coefficient, this one in the box, distributes to everything that it is connected to. So I'm going to draw big red lines in between. This is a big red line because since there's a plus sign, these are separate. This is the yield sign, so that's separate. And then this is all one item because there's no plus sign in between, y'all. So I have 2H2 separate, O2 separate, and 2H2O separate. So 2 times 2 is what? 4. So technically I have 4 hydrogens because 2 coefficient times 2 subscript is 4. It's separate from here, so I don't distribute this to this. Much like if I have a plus sign and I have parentheses and then a plus sign, I don't distribute what's in here to here. So I have 2 oxygens. And then this is separate. So I distribute this 2 to this H2. So once again, I have 4 H's here. And then this is still connected, y'all. So I have to distribute this 2 to this oxygen. And since there's no subscript, it's automatically 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. So I have 2 oxygens here. And I can tell this is a right equation, or it's correct, because I have 4 H's here, 4 H's here, 2 oxygens here, and 2 oxygens here. So I hope that was helpful. Don't think I can make my eraser any bigger, y'all. So let me get rid of all this. I'm going to hit pause, y'all, so I can erase this a little quicker without taking up time of the video. Okay, so now that y'all have that done, what you are going to do is you're going to scroll down and you're going to open up this Quizlet. So all those notes that I just gave y'all should have been written at the bottom of your page 17. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Rewind me if you need to write that stuff down. So you want to open this Quizlet right here, and these are your 19 new words for this new topic. So you want to make sure you're kind of starring this and you're visiting these, looking at those, and trying to learn these words. Don't forget you can do write, you can spell, you can test, you can do match. Excuse me, so you can do all these different things to kind of learn those words. Okay, rock on. So then y'all are going to hit next. And you are going to set up your page 17 like I just said. So you're going to write those 2 essential questions there. Then you're going to come up with 3 things you know, 2 concepts you want to know more about, and 1 question you have. And you can use the information that I just did in my note session for your notes. Okay, y'all, so here is a video lesson I'm going to update, and I'm going to pop this one in this spot right here. Okay, so this is what I just said. 2 essential questions, top of the page, 3 things you know, 2 ideas you want to know more about, and 1 question that you can write from that. Then next is a quick video about oxygen atoms and how they bond with each other. After you watch this, you can add to your KWQ chart if you want. It's only 2 minutes, so hit play and watch. Now, this is your actual assignment for today. So you should upload this to your Neverending Slideshow, page 17, and then you're going to do this Google assignment and just hit submit. So you're going to click on this file link, and there's directions up here, but I'm going to walk y'all through it. So click on that file link and then open up. Each class has their own version. Okay. And y'all are just going to go through and you're going to try this out. So the directions are up top. It says first click on the name of the molecule to see the molecule diagram, and then identify the number of atoms in each molecule. So what you will do is you will click on this live link and it will show you a picture of what carbon dioxide looks like. Once it kind of loads here, you can make it bigger if you want, but you're going to count how many atoms of each element. So this is carbon and these are oxygen. And when you open it up, here we go. You can see oxygen, oxygen, carbon. So how many oxygens? 2. So you write O equals 2 because oxygen symbol's O. And then how many carbons? 1. Then y'all are going to drag and drop these formulas onto this column. So pretend like this was over here. You would say, I have 1 carbon and 2 oxygens. So I'm going to look through, oh, nope, that has 8 carbons and 2 oxygens. That has 12 carbons. That has 8 carbons. Oh, this one has 1 carbon because there's no subscript, which means 1, and there's 2 oxygens. Perfect. Then move on to the next one. Water, I'm going to look at it. I have 1 O, 2 H's. So I'm going to put maybe H has 2, H has 1, O has 2, and then I'm going to look over here and try to find, oh, H2O1. I think I did that wrong. I'm going to go back. 2 H's, 1 O. Bye, y'all. So I'm going to put 2 H's, 1 O, and now I'm going to go back and look. Oh, perfect. This one has H2 and 1 O, so I'm going to drag this right here. So y'all, we did 2 for you. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And same thing, you just click on them, count the number of molecules, make sure you practice by putting the element symbol in a capital letter, and then counting the number of atoms, and then dragging and dropping the chemical formula. Then on page 2, you are going to answer these 8 questions. Just like I did, you can type after, choose a different color, add a text box, however is easiest for y'all. So that's it for Monday, November 9th. This, 3, 2, 1, 2 essential questions, take some notes, watch the oxygen video, and then complete this. Make sure you hit submit when you're done, so submit your work. I think that's it, y'all. Have a great day. Y'all fill my buckets each and every day, overflowing.